Good morning everybody, Damp Sam here on this beautiful December day in 2022. Sometimes in life people make mistakes and these mistakes brings you back to earth to remind you that you're human and you're not as good as what you think you are. So this property we did some work on last year. And the lady, a lovely lady, not got much money. I had a look at, I came and did a report for her, and the job or the diagnosis was easy in my head. Hack off the damaged plaster that were damp and replace it. Part of the report said that there were a lack of adequate ventilation, but because I knew what the job was and it was just going to be a one day quick fix, hack off, board in, done, skim to blend in, it was going to be an easy job. So I thought. So the property had a lack of adequate ventilation. I did a report for her identifying this issue, but one of the things that I didn't put in the report was that she needed a fan in her bathroom and a fan in her kitchen, because I told her verbally, and she said she couldn't afford it, she was going to get it done later date. I'll show you what happens later on in video. So that is the premises of this video. Make sure you put everything down in writing. Okay then, back again. So right, this is the problem with this property. So this band that's across the top of here, I've just painted it with SBR so it'll take waterproof membrane. But you'll see from pictures, these areas here are damp, but the damp because condensation's forming on it. So when we did job, it will take skirting off, hack off up to 1.2 meters, and then stick a board in. It's got a warmer surface, and it's gonna we'll skim it to blend it in with existing, which is this bit here. So you've got no issues until you get to this solid bit. It's been left unpainted. So it's porous. Lady's been away for 3 months, and there's no extractor. So like I was saying before, hold my hands up. My fault for not putting in a report, because it was a simple report. It weren't a full property report. It was just to come and look at this job. But I did explain to her that she needed an extractor in the kitchen and in a bathroom, continuously running. And I left it out, and I should have put it in. But I did come to look at one specific area, and it does say in the report that it's one specific area that I'm quoting for. But rather than argue, I've come out and I've explained to her what's happening, and she can't get her head around it. So we're just going to put a strip of waterproof plaster on, blend it in again, and she's having a word with the electrician. She's going to get a fan fitted. But the problem that she's got is, I mean, she's having a new door, so there's a cold spot there. There's water all on the floor where condensations run down, and in cellar there's a drain, an open drain that runs with water into another drain. So it's from one corner to other, and it goes into like a drain, and it's open. So the water's continuously evaporating, coming up. In here, it's a solid wall with dense render on the other side, and there's issues there. And I'm trying to speak to the lady and tell her what's happening. It's not comprehending. And like I said, we hacked off before there were a band of damp, so that the guy had put some membrane on from bottom to there. He'd done it about half a metre up, but where the brackets were for the radiator, he'd not gone behind it with membrane, so she'd got damp issues all over, and he'd fixed it on with nails, and it were a nightmare. So we did that, put this system on, dry as out, apart from this top bit, which is condensations forming on it. And rather than argue with a woman, I don't want to be arguing, especially at this time of year, it's Christmas. I'll come out and I'm going to do this at my own expense. But it's a lesson learned for me to put more stuff into my reports, or make things clearer in reports. But the last thing I want is to be arguing with people. It's very rare that we give jobs that we have to argue with, because job ain't gone wrong. Bit that we've done is okay. It's just that obviously there's this area with condensations forming because a lack of adequate ventilation. That's all I've been going on about recently. Properties with a lack of adequate ventilation. But yeah, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a waterproof membrane on, and then we're going to blend it in at top. And then if she leaves it open, if the plaster's left open and unsealed, condensation will form on it, because it's a cold spot. Unless adequate ventilation's put in place. So lessons learned this Christmas. Lessons learned. So as experienced as I am, I need to be putting more things into my reports, which, even though it's a specific area that came, I mean, I need to probably read through it again. I'm sure I've put that this is just a specific area and it's not a full property report. But the last thing you want to be doing is arguing at Christmas. There you go. So I hope everybody's learned something from this. Make sure things are crystal clear to your customer. See you on next one. See you on next video, and have a good Christmas. So it's taken a couple of hours. I've just got finished, and this is the dry flex membrane what I've put across that band on top. So dry flex membrane, waterproof membrane. Note's gonna come through. Note came through before. It's on surface, and it's just to show customer that when we skim that note's gonna come through. You know, there'll be no condensation forming on there because it's a warmer surface, but it might form on top. So this is a tip for everybody. When you've done some damp work, make sure customer, or if you're a customer, make sure you always paint it when they're finished, once it's dried out. She said that it won't dry out because in them patches, because every night condensation will forming on it, because they've got none at all, no ventilation. So fans rubbish in bathroom, no fan in here, freezing cold, or no radiator on, source of moisture in cellar. It's all added up to a waste of a journey for me. But I'm not going to argue with customer over this, because I'm wrong for not making sure and doing belt and braces and making sure in the report that she needed a fan, even though I told her, because she was a nice woman, told her she couldn't afford it, explained to her. But 9 months later, in fact it's a year ago since we did it, and it had still not been painted, and she'd been away for 4 months, left house empty, river running in cellar. What can you do? I'm not arguing at this time of year. Goodwill to all men and all that, and I'm a firm believer in giving to receive. So there you go. I just can't wait to see where I'm going to get this Christmas. Happy Christmas, viewers. I might show you some pictures when I've skimmed it tomorrow. Another day for day. See you later. How you doing? Damn Sam. Second day on this job. Coldest house in England. It's freezing this morning. So we've come to skim this wall. So I'll stand back and show you it. I'm just on final trowel. And when I got here this morning, so we put waterproof stuff on here. And it will wet through all around here. I don't know if you can see this up here, but it's all top of walls wet. This is dry. Wet through all down up floor down here. And I mean, windows, look at it, windows absolutely condensed up. And what I didn't realise is what Prentice has just told me is to mention that window were broke. And it don't shut right. So if you can see there, it's kind of open. So it's half open and it don't shut right. So it's even colder. I won't be surprised if that don't ice up. Now, I said before that there was a source of moisture in the cellar, and this is all open at top here. I think I showed you it yesterday. That, I mean, if you look at mould that's on the ceiling there, and this is just open up here. There's not even a door framing. So, at bottom of cellar steps, there's like there's two streams of water that comes out at wall, smack at bottom of the steps here, and then it runs into like a drain that's open in middle of the cellar, and then there's not much ventilation in that side here. But I finally got it. It's took a full 3 hours for this to set, so it's just showing how inconvenient it's been. So if it is, it took a full 3 hours for it to set. It's been blebbing and everything, and we finally got there. Giving to receive, that's what I said. So I mentioned it yesterday about giving to receive. As I set off from this job, a guy wanted a survey doing, and he wanted it doing that day, and he paid straight away. So that's me giving to receive. So hopefully I'll get some more for this good deed that I've done. So we shouldn't have been doing this. It's a cold spot across there, a lack of ventilation. So there's no fans in here at all, and it's just source of moisture, no heating, it's just freezing cold. But we shan't be coming back again. So we're getting an email, just going through what we talked about and what needs doing. And like I said before, it's my fault for not putting it in concrete in report, even though I only came to get a price for this specific wall. So I had a look through the report and I did mention it in that. But rather than argue, the professional, consummate professional I am, I've come, done the job, just so customers happy. So this will be all right going forward now. And like I said, a few brownie points for me, and hopefully I might get a nice review. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, please subscribe and press that bell thing, and you'll find out when we get some more videos. And it might be a bit more information for you. See you later. Just a quick caveat to that video. I've just come around front. No ventilation, look. So I've just realised that's blocked up. I think that were mentioned. So in that cellar there's no ventilation at all. None downside either. What can you do? Alright.